Hello, everyone, and welcome to our premiere here on YouTube. I'm Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming to you this evening from Southwest Missouri. Now, before I get started, I would like to say that at the time of this premiere, that it goes live, I will be in Branson. Mr. Brown promised me a little getaway to Branson, Missouri, a little overnight stay. So I will not be here on the live, but one of my team members will be moderating the comments and answering any questions that you might have. So enjoy and be sure and leave a comment. I will be doing a random drawing tomorrow at noon. That will be Friday, Veterans Day, at noon Central Time, for someone to win the project kit for tonight's project. So be sure and leave a comment. And if you watch after the replay, after the premiere, leave a comment underneath the YouTube video in the comment section. Okay, I know the live chat will be closed, but the comment section will still be open. So be sure and leave a comment so your name can be in the drawing for the kit for tonight's class. So let me just give you a couple of things. First of all, today is November the 10th. So if you're watching this on the 10th, know that this is the last day to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin to get this month's kit, which is a gift tag kit that looks like it's precious and it looks sparkly. So I'm excited about that. And I will be doing a little assembly of that kit on YouTube. I'll have it on YouTube and Facebook later this month, so you can look for that. So don't forget to sign up for that if you're interested. Okay, I'm going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my desktop. So hang on just a minute. Let me get over here. There we go. Okay, so I'm continuing my work with this beautiful bundle, Gathered Wheat, from the mini catalog. And I'll have to say that this bundle, I was on the fence about it. When I first saw it, I thought, but then I got it and I started looking at the sentiments, and really that's what sold me on it. But I love the stamp set and I absolutely love the dies. So, and it's great for this time of year, this season of Thanksgiving. So along with that, that's what our project is about tonight. I'm going to be making my blessing box for 2022. And let me show you just really quick here. This is the box and it has some mini cards in it. I made the cards a little smaller this year just to get more out of one sheet of cardstock. I'll be showing you how I make one of these cards and the box, okay? And a little background on this blessing box. I just thought it would be nice to leave a little note or a card sometimes for those people in our lives that provide a service for us that maybe often get overlooked. Maybe the mail carrier, maybe the grocery store clerk, someone in your life that needs a pickup. I've left these little cards in stores just on a shelf for someone to find it. I've left it in the baby food section for a new mom to find because, as if you've been a new mom, you know that those times can be really special and you're very busy. So sometimes you just need a little pickup, and I thought that would work. This will also be fun to make enough of these cards to leave at each place setting at your Thanksgiving table or any holiday table. And what I put inside the card, I don't sign my name. It's all anonymous unless I just hand someone something, but I don't sign my name. And I may put a Bible verse in it, or just an uplifting message, or just a message of gratitude. So I hope you will follow along and do one of these. And I'm just making 4 cards to go with it. I'm going to take it. I'll have this with me in Branson so that I can use this. while I'm there, and leave some of these cards in places and maybe hand one to someone, a worker. So the thing with the box is it reminds you to make more cards. You can see how many you have, and it's super simple. You want to keep it simple. And I like to make the box pretty so that, you know, it's a reminder to me that I have so much to be thankful for. And there are so many people in my life that can use that message. And so as we enter this season, send those cards out. Maybe make a little something like this, and just share the love. Okay. All right. Let's get started. I'm going to get my Simply Scored in the camera here so you can see it. And I am starting off with a piece of cardstock that is 5 by 8 1/4. So you can get 2 of these out of one of our 8.5 by 11 pieces of cardstock. And here are my scores that I need. So I'm just going to put that to the side. And I'm using the small ball tip of the scoring tool because it is going through our thick, sturdy cardstock. And so the first score is at 1 5/8. So again, don't let those eighths scare you. Here's the 1 4/8, which is 1.5. And the 5/8 is the next little tick mark. So 1 5/8, 2 1/2, 5 3/4, and 6 5/8 right after the half mark. Okay, now we're going to turn it and put the short side up at the top and score at 7/8, which is that little tick mark right before the 1, and 4 1/8. All right, got all that done. So every year I like to try to be up here in Missouri during either right before Thanksgiving or at the beginning of December, because I like to go to Silver Dollar City and see all of the beautiful lights. So I told Jackie I want to do that this year again. And tonight and tomorrow, a cold front is blowing through, and it's supposed to get really cold. So I said, if we're going to go, we have to go today. And so we're going, and going to leave right after lunch. And so I've gotten this video ready for you to see this evening. Okay. And you're watching it live as a premiere on YouTube. And thank you if you're watching the recording. All right. So I did burnish all of those score lines. And now on one end, I'm going to cut off these 2 sections right here. Okay. So take your paper snips and cut up along the score line there and then over. And remember, that's just on one side. And remember, if you leave a comment, I'm doing a drawing for someone to get the kit to make this box and 4 of the cards. All you'll need is a stamp set to finish out the greeting on the inside. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and cut up on these 2 score lines in the center here. This is going to help make the sides of our box. Okay. All right. So now we have that, and I'm going to go ahead before I assemble this, and I'm going to put just a small piece of designer paper. I'm trimming off a little bit of that bulk there formed by that score line. Okay. So I have a piece of the Rustic Harvest Designer Series paper at 1 3/8 by 3. And that is just going to go right here. Okay. And again, lesson learned. I tried to do this after I had the box together, and you can do it, but it's easier to do it before you assemble. Okay. I'm just going to put that there in the center. All right. Okay. So now in the set of dies, okay, I love these little wheat things here. And then look at this border die. Okay, so we're using that. And I've already cut it. Okay, and I forgot to do something. Okay, I'm going to do this. Ooh, take this off. Jabbing too much. Okay, so I want to put the closure for this box on first. So I am going to go ahead and put, this is the part I want to put on first. Okay, so I pull that off just in time before it's stuck. And I want to take some Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to take the silicone mat, and I put just a thin strip here behind the lid for the top. And see, I went over the edge, you see that? But it didn't stick to the silicone mat. So I'm just flipping over that excess there. And then I decided not to put the pointed side down so they wouldn't get so bent and worn. So I'm putting the little scallop down, and I'm just going to line that up. And you will have extra when you cut this die and use it. So there was a way I was going to use the ribbon to close this in a different way, and this way was going to be much easier. So I've got that on, okay, and then I'm going to assemble the box. Okay, so I'm taking my embossing buddy because I can see some of that adhesive, and I don't want to get anything stuck to it, and I'm just powdering it up so it won't be sticky. Okay, all right. All right, so now this is the way we're going to assemble the box. These two are going to come in, and then you're going to come up, and these two flaps here are going to adhere to the sides, okay? And then I'll be able to put my ribbon on, and then the designer paper. Okay, I'm glad I caught myself before I did that. Okay, so adhesive is going to go here and here to go up to the side of the box. All right, let's go up and over one side and then the other. Now, okay, so again, this part is easier to put on if you do it before you assemble the box. Wait for the designer paper because your closure is going to be a piece of ribbon. And what I used was this white seam binding ribbon, and I colored it with my dark Cajun Craze marker. You can leave it white if you want to, if you don't use those. But I liked tying in the color of this border piece here. Okay, so what I did is I'm just going to wrap it around like this. And you see that designer paper that I, in haste, glued on before I should have. The designer paper will hold the ribbon on. Okay, so just close your box, and I usually put a little more ribbon hanging out the back so that I can bring it up and tie. Okay, so I'm putting this here. Okay, and there's a little glue there, of course there is, but you can put like a little glue dot or something to hold it down while you work with your designer paper. Let's get some on these corners. Okay. Center that. Okay. And then you bring it around, and then to close it, you would tie it in a bow here. Okay. All right, I'm not going to close it yet though. I'm going to go ahead and embellish this front part. And what I decided to use were 3 of these little wheat pieces, and I cut them out of our burnished metallic cardstock. Okay, that's in the annual catalog, I believe. But you could use any gold foil. I think the gold is really pretty with these colors. And what I used is for glue dots so I wouldn't have to fight the liquid glue coming through the little holes here. Okay, so I'm going to put one like right here behind the thickest part. And you can use glue if you want to. I just thought this would be easier. Now I'm just kind of wrinkling up that glue dot and going to put it like this. I'm going to put 3 of them. So let's do the next one. In the center, put the glue dot, turn it over, just fold in the sides, and that keeps the sticky from coming through your little pieces there that are your punched or die cut pieces, the intricate part. And then let's do this again. So, and I said I was not going to be live here, but if I have connection, I may try to pop in and say hello, but I'm not sure. So Miss Kristen will be here, hopefully, praying for you guys in Florida and on the East Coast with that craziness of a storm coming through. And Kristen is right there on the East Coast, so hoping she's doing okay. And all right, so there we have that. And then I'm going to use some linen thread and tie a bow. And this is the last pieces that I need to put in the kit for the winner of the drawing for commenting. I'll do that tomorrow. And I'll post it here in the comment section on YouTube, and I'll post it on Facebook and my blog so that you won't miss it. And I'll try to contact you too if you're the winner. All right, I'm putting a glue dot behind my bow, scrunching it up behind that knot. Glue dots are great, don't y'all think? I love them. Okay, so there is our blessing box. Okay, now I'm going to put one of the cards together so that you can see how easy it is. And yet, like I said, keep these simple. Okay, here's the kit. Okay, and here, show you how I cut these. I cut the card bases at 2 3/4 inches square. So I have 2 cut in Cajun Craze and 2 cut in Mossy Meadow. And then I did the opposite. I have the designer paper in the same color. How do I want to do that? I'm going to do it this way this time. And it's cut the same 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I say 2 3/4. This is wrong. Let me change it. 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. The finished piece is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, so cut this 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. This is a 2 3/4 inch square. Let's go ahead and glue that on. Okay, and then if I have Cajun Designer Series paper, then I have the opposite color in the little wheat piece. Okay, so on this, I'm going to try using a dab of glue. And if you can control that little flow coming out the tip, it works just fine. Kind of angle it. And I thought about putting a piece behind it, but I didn't like how it looked. Okay, and then here, I'm going to tie another linen thread bow. I have ink all over my hands. Okay, and then I just put that there. And then I have a 2 1/2 inch square of basic white that I'm going to put on the inside. And let's see. Let me show you the insides of these. Here's the Mossy Meadow one, and I stamped Simply Thankful for All You Do. Here is the one like I'm making now, and I did Thinking of You with a little wheat, and then Simply Thankful for All You Do. So that one, I'm making one like this, but look, I did the designer paper a different way, which is totally fine. And this one's going to say Thinking of You in Mossy Meadow. So I have my ink pads over here to the side, and I'm going to stamp that close to the top there. And then I have the little wheat piece. Sorry, I don't know the agricultural name, but and this is in Cajun Craze right beneath it. And then I'll write my Bible verse or something on the inside there before I leave it or hand it off. I really like to leave them more than I just hand them where they can find it. Okay, and you can use our 3x3 envelopes if you'd like, but you don't have to. Okay, you know, this is, I meant to keep it simple. It's the thought behind it. Okay, and so I'll put these in here, and then I'll probably be making more as the month goes on to refill. And I leave this box. Most of the time it stays in my car, and so I have it when I'm out and about. So I'm going to tie the bow. Oh, don't pull it too taut. But this keeps your cards from coming out. Okay, I'm not liking how I'm pulling on that. So who thinks they're going to make one of these? Or, you know, even if you don't make the box, make some little cards and carry them in an envelope in your purse or leave it in your car. Okay. There we go, Lisa. Struggle bus. Okay, I'm trim that off now. Okay. All right, there is our blessing box for 2022. I hope you will give that a try and make some to bless someone. Let me come back on here to see. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in this evening, or if you're whenever you're watching. This will, even though it's a premiere and it goes live on Thursday evenings, the video stays on YouTube so that you can come back and revisit to recreate the project. So this will, the details and the picture, the photos will be on my blog, either probably on Saturday, okay, which will be November the 12th. And look for that, and I'll post the link to the blog post in the description here on YouTube so you can find it easily. Okay. All right. Y'all have a great evening, a great day. Don't forget to leave a comment. I'm doing a drawing by Friday, November the 11th at noon Central Time. Okay. Have a great day. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.